Okay, the basic setup in Java is that everything is done with a statement. A statement is like our system.out print line. That is a command or a statement that we have issued to the computer that we want it to do something. Usually, you're going to have these dots or periods in the command, and that's how we tell it how to do things. For example, let me take a step back. Let's go to a higher level and then work our way down. In the modern world of computing, everything is created in classes. We are a class society. We are not a classless society in programming. We are a class society. Those who are programmers and those who are not. That's what separates the classes. And those who are programmers understand class. When I say class, what I'm referring to is a group of variables and a group of methods that accomplish some small task. Once I have created that class, I can reuse that class in any number of ways. Once I create a class, I can always import it into another class and reuse those commands. For example, as we just saw in the Java API, system is a class. It is a collection of methods and variables that allow me to accomplish things. One of the methods inside of system is out, and that method is to output information from the program to a printer or a console or a monitor or wherever it needs to be outputted to. And that allows me to output information back to the user. One of the methods inside the out is print line, which allows me to print a line to the console. And when I'm doing that, I pass it information. In this case, hello world, hi mom. And that passes that information to print line, to out, to system, and system takes care of it inside of the system class. So I'm calling an internal class that calls a method within that class. The way we keep all of this straight, because there's a lot of people that reuse names, how many Joes do you know? How many Jills do you know? What separates them? Well, it's their names. They got a first name, a last name, and a middle name. And that's how we know which person we're talking about. In Java, the way we separate it is with periods. We would say system.out.println. Otherwise, the computer program doesn't know which and what I'm drawing upon. So, using the periods, we can tell exactly what we're going to use. Think of this as last name, first name, middle name. Or you could even say first name, last name, middle name. Or first, middle, last. It doesn't matter. What we're getting at, this tells it exactly what I want it to do. Because it's a member of a class. When I publish this, public class hello world, that class can be imported, and that's a key word that you're going to be becoming very good friends with. It can be imported into another class. And then I can use any method that has been created inside that class inside my other class. So I have classes within classes within classes within classes. It gets really cool after a while. You have no idea, before very long, you have no idea what's happening in some of those other classes. You just know when you call the play command, it plays. Just like on your, well, I was going to say VCR, but most of you don't have those anymore. Just like on your DVD player or your DVR, when you hit the play button, it plays. Are you really concerned about how it plays, other than correctly? No. As long as it works, I don't care. It's sort of like my microwave. When I hit the start button, I don't care how the microwaves get out and nuke my food. as long as it nukes it and it's hot when it's done. I don't care about the method it uses as long as it accomplishes my goals. There's very few people that can explain completely what's happening inside an internal combustion engine. I know the basics, but I don't really care. I don't think about it when I put my key into the ignition and start it up, unless it doesn't start. As long as it works correctly, I don't care. Programming is becoming much more and more that way. We're calling external classes that accomplish what our goals are. And those external classes have methods and variables that we take advantage of. Okay? That's how Java is organized. Inside of those classes, we have our methods. We go class, and here's a key word to help you remember which one's the class. The one that says class is the class. And then everything in this class is everything in between these two curly brackets. So in this case, I have one method. That method is the main method. If the class is executable, it must have a main method. Not all classes are executable. Some only contain methods and information. Matter of fact, many, by the end of this semester, of what you create will not be executable. They'll just simply take care of outside duties, housekeeping duties inside your project or your program. They take care of things for you. In this, I have an executable, and that is main. Because it has the keyword main in it, when I go to run this program, when it compiles, this is the first thing it does. And it runs the one statement inside the line. So I have a class, a method, and then a statement inside of it. The curly brackets are what delineate what's part of the method and what's not part of the method. Anything inside these curly brackets are part of the main method. Now I can have additional methods in this. I could have another one. Well, that one's a little silly. But public static void Jojo. And I can make Jojo do any number of things. But Jojo the Wonder Dog is ready to go out and do whatever I need it to do. That is another method. And that method is part of Hello World. Now, right now, nothing would execute because, one, there's nothing in there. And two, at no time does main call Jojo. But it is a method, and it has been added to the class Hello World. Now, if I want to add a comment can be put anywhere inside the class. All you have to do is put 2 forward slashes. Double forward slash means, hi, I'm a comment. It can be put there. It can be put inside of a method. Anywhere you need the comment to be. If you're going to have a block of comments, you might want to do a /* and then everything between the /* and */ is a comment. So all of these lines are now comments. And it'll automatically keep adding lines until, anytime I press enter inside there, it'll add additional comment lines. Anything that I type in this section, and this is a good idea, in here you might put author so that we know who wrote the program. That'll help you get a good grade when you turn in your projects because I'll know who did it. That's a good idea. Maybe you'll put the date that you did the project on. Maybe you did what it does.